Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation for a very specific and unexpected spirits review for us out here in the middle of Nebraska. Anyways, I am your king of extreme, Phil K.O.E., the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower. Folks, I am joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only
Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe, and find me at the Dog and Chicken Show, the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, and Tony the Rod 2.0 on TikTok.
Yes, and that's right after you subscribe right here to K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, folks. Come on, very on brand. But Tony, this is a bourbon whiskey you picked up in your travels.
I did. I was in Nashville, and 2 out of the 3 top liquor stores in the city of Nashville had to try to stop at, and this is actually the name of that liquor store, the Frugal MacDoogal. This is their bourbon, apparently some former offshoot store pick, if you will, but it has that store's name right smack dab on the front of the bottle, and there's a big display for it. It was about $69.
I'll give you the honor of christening the opening of it.
Yeah, it was about a $69 bottle. I'm like, I gotta
$69.
I gotta come away with something specific to the city of Nashville, bourbon wise. So, all right, let's do it. Ooh, tight. Very nice.
Well done.
And it is
synthetic.
Now, let's see here. Well, actually, you would. Go ahead, pour. I'll turn around.
No, we don't. We're not doing it.
Oh, we're not doing a versus?
Yeah, this is just a review night.
You don't have to go too heavy. This is a spicy meatball.
Well, I hope at that proof.
Yeah, it's what, 112?
Yeah, 112 proof, 56% alcohol by volume. Single barrel straight bourbon whiskey, Frugal MacDoogal.
Yes.
Distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. MGP. Bottled by Krogman's Whiskey Co., Bloomington, Indiana. Aged 5 years. Barreled 2,595. Barreled on May 16th, 2016.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
And, I'm not going to, poo-poo, like a lot of people are like, oh my God, it's MGP. They make a lot of whiskey. They know what they're doing. So
it's only 5 years, but the proof is in the pudding, and this is a high one. Ooh, does not smell like 112.
No, it smells like a lot of cinnamon.
Yeah, very spicy cinnamon.
Not much else though. I'm just getting cinnamon.
Yeah, that's really all I'm picking up on.
Light oak maybe, but not.
Yeah, mostly just like a red hot, like a candied red hot.
Oh my. Well, when you said spicy meatball, apparently you weren't kidding.
Yeah, let's give her a go. Sweet. There's the heat.
Woo!
Oh boy. Oh! Yeah, that kicks into another gear. Damn. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a little spicy.
It's a little spicy. A little.
Like, what's that, like wasabi sauce?
No,
like,
it's not that spicy.
It's not quite, but it's close.
But there's a baking sweetness on the front.
You're right. It starts sweet, but then it gets heat real quick. It is like that candy you mentioned.
Yeah, like a red hot tamale. I'm getting the caramel though here now, and there's something that's like under the caramel. I can't. I
feel like if you watered this down, it would get sweeter.
This is one I'm definitely gonna be trying over ice. 100%. The proof will allow you to do this, and I think this one definitely will open up a lot with some moisture. But that being said, this is not bad at all. This is right up my alley.
The nose gets better as it sits out.
Yeah, you're right.
This would be one I'd recommend you pour a dram and let it sit for about 5-10 minutes and come back to it.
I would agree.
I think it would be a lot. And so I'm just trying to do what I can to get some more air in there. Just let it get...
Raisins.
Okay, that might be a bit much.
raisins.
I could get where you're coming from that, but that's not where my mind would go.
Well, there's something underneath the caramel that I'm picking up on, and it's not specific, but yeah, I think this is definitely we're gonna have to play around with this one a little bit to really pinpoint the full flavor profile, because it is mostly spice and cinnamon spice, and it is a heavy one.
Yeah, and the more it stays open air, the more caramel comes out.
Yes, which darn.
Or caramel to our friends across the pond. So T, we're getting to the unfortunate and very difficult part of our show.
This will be difficult.
The grading. For those who don't know, we grade on a 5-star scale. 5 meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by. The K.O.E Nation has advised you well. So we're going to grade this as a bourbon, as a whiskey, as a cask-aged spirit. It's shelving, and for those new to the show, the secret 5th question. So, Tony, as a bourbon whiskey, how would you grade this?
As a bourbon, I'm gonna say, which isn't fair because I want to try it over ice to really grade it, but I'm gonna go 3.25.
I'm gonna disagree with you, but only just. And as a bourbon, I'm gonna give this 3.5. I think it's a good bourbon. It's really missing a lot of vanilla. It's missing a lot of basic bourbon flavors that you're kind of coming to expect. I'm gonna stick with 3.5.
That's fair.
Now, as a whiskey, the whole wide world of whiskey, what would you rate this?
As a whiskey, it's a high proof. I think you could easily cocktail with this. I think, again, with addition of water or ice, this is going to change. So I think there's a lot more to this. So I'm going to go 3.75 as a whiskey.
3.75? I'm actually going to disagree and go the other direction. I'm going to give this 3 stars as a whiskey. You could cocktail it. You could put it on the rocks, but its spice and profile is so much that it's going to override a lot of what you try to do.
I can see what you're saying there.
I would say maybe a big ice ball might help this, or diluting it, but
sure.
I don't think there's as, you could mix it with cola and you'd have yourself a fun night. But in terms of trying to do anything a bit more complex,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't think this would be the one to turn to.
You can definitely try it though.
Let me know if there's a specialty cocktail out there that you try with this particular whiskey, folks. For all you denizens of Tennessee. Now we move on to cask-aged spirits. That's putting it up against all the cognacs, armagnacs, wide world of whiskey. Pretty much anything that gets aged in an oak cask.
It's 5 years. It's high proof. You're right. The flavor profile isn't just jumping out at us here. I think we've got to play around with it to really discover what's in there. So I'm going to go with 3.25.
3.25.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree with you again, but only just. And I'm going to stick with 3 stars as a cask age. It's way above the median line, but there's a lot in that world. I'm thinking of cask strength cognacs and armagnacs and all this kind of crazy stuff out there. So I'm going to stick with 3 stars on that.
Fair enough.
Now, the interesting question of shelving, top, middle, or bottom. Would you put this on your top, your middle, or your bottom shelf, T?
Presentation-wise, this is not an attractive bottle by any means. It almost looks like it should be an Irish whiskey. But the juice inside, I like. It's not swill. It's not bottom. I would say this is a standard middle.
I'm going to go ahead and put it on my bottom shelf.
I figured you would.
Yeah. It's not one I would probably reach for if given the chance. Between this or a Jim Beam Black or, some other great value bourbons or anything Maker's Mark. If there's a bottle of Maker's 101, you know what I mean? So we now move on to the secret 5th question. Now you said this bottle cost you $69 USD.
Roughly.
Give or take. When this bottle runs empty, will you seek another one?
Well, I'd have to go to Nashville to do it. Probably not, because if I go back to Nashville, and I want to get something specific to Nashville, I'm sure there are plenty of other store picks available. I just did not have the time or capacity to see through and find something really crazy. But I was in the store. I'm like, I got to get it. I'm here.
Yeah, and with that, I'm also going to say probably no. It's an okay bourbon, but it's not my bag, baby. But hey,
Sure.
To you folks over at Frugal MacDoogal, thanks for putting out a product that we were able to give us a good try this evening. So, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us this evening for this very interesting, unexpected review of Frugal MacDoogal from a Nebraska boy perspective. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., the man of the hour, the man of the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, and one damn handsome man if I do say so myself. You can find me at K.O.E Nation on YouTube, K.O.E Nation on Twitch, K.O.E Nation on TikTok. I am signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only, Tony G. T, take it away.
I'm just humbly Tony G. Thanks for stopping by.
Here and see if it just smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive.
Nice.
El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.